Epic Action, a Star Wars Unlimited podcast. Your source for community building, tournament tips, deck building discussion, and all things Star Wars Unlimited.
All right, and welcome back to another episode of Epic Action, a Star Wars Unlimited podcast. I'm Merle, your host. With me, I have Paul and Nick. How are we doing, guys?
What's up,
Doing
guys?
good.
How's it going?
We have a ton of Unlimited over the weekend. You guys burnt out yet?
Not at
I'm
all.
burnt out from putting stuff in my binder and sorting crap. I don't want to do that anymore, so I'm done for the set, which is great.
It's like the best worst problem. It's like I got a full play set, guys. I just don't know what to do. Just leaving all these cards. I don't even know what I want.
I'm missing 9 gnomes. I know that.
Oh, I feel
Only
of those.
one hyperfoil.
I've just begun to organize. It's gonna be rough. But let's jump right into it. A little icebreaker question for the week is: which bounty hunter are you teaming up with to fight to find a target?
I was about to say.
Start with Paul.
Bounty hunter. I am linking up with Bosk. I think Bosk, man. I think Bosk has got the classic look. Like he clearly has survived his time, as we see him in later episodes of like the Book of Boba Fett and such. Like he's there. You know what I mean? So if he made it to the Book of Boba Fett, like he's a survivor. He's
I forgot he's in that. Where was he? I don't remember. I don't remember much of that except the Mando episodes.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the Book of Boba Fett. Like I don't remember which episode he was in, but I know he was around the table, right? When they brought Boba in and he's like, I'm taking over.
Oceans around the table. I don't think Bosk.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Bosk is badass.
New canon. Bosk was in Boba Fett.
Yeah. Epic canon. That's fact. First epic canon fact of the show.
Yeah.
Bosk made it to the Book of Boba Fett. It's just that regeneration, right? He cut off his leg and brings it right back. So he's always been a cool character. What about you, Nick?
Oh, Cad Bane, definitely.
Of course. I mean, that was
needs
probably
no
good.
introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what better bounty hunter, what better character and arcs throughout from Clone Wars all the way through Book of Boba Fett. I mean, yeah, Cad Bane, definitely go with that.
He's not dead, right? He's not really dead, right? He's coming back.
That's the theory.
Another epic action fact.
Yeah. I don't think they brought him back just kill him like that. I think we're going to see more of him. Maybe the Mando movie.
Dude, I just wish they would do another season of Boba Fett. I know everybody kind of hated on it, but
yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
it brought us some cool moments.
Some of the other crap that they put out, like that's nowhere near close to the worst.
Yeah, we didn't know what we were in for before that show. What was that show? Acolyte?
Acolyte? Dude, and I was pumped. Because I've read some of the High Republic books. So I was like, if they do something, it's all their own. Hopefully it'll be good. You don't have to worry about anybody complaining about what you did to my character and this and that. Boy, was I wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
so you said look back now in the
and you managed to just throw it down the drain.
So you look back now in the first 3 movies a little more fondly. When we know they're kind of bad, but we grew up with them. So
yeah.
Well, episode 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I know.
So speaking of the High Republic, for me, it's a character. He's not necessarily canon, but his species just got brought back to the canon. Dirge. Talking about Dirge. If you watch the old Hanna-Barbera, I think it was the Cartoon Network Clone Wars. You know who Dirge is. He's the bounty hunter. Really hard to kill. He just keeps regenerating. So if you don't know, his species was brought back in Jedi Survivor. And I mentioned High Republic because he's actually really old and he goes back to the High Republic. Like you first see him in flashbacks, and then you have to fight him like in the game. So it was pretty cool to that's one of the coolest boss fights in the game. So yeah,
nice,
very good. So we just had our first live stream over the weekend. A lot of fun, a lot of work to put together. Hopefully, people enjoyed it. I think it went pretty well. What do you guys think?
I think we had some technical difficulties on the look back, but I had a great time with it. Like, there's some things I noticed clearly, like on my side of it. Like, my camera was mirrored. I don't know if anybody noticed or not.
No.
But like, that's okay. I had a great time opening packs. I think the stream worked out pretty well. We had some echoing issues, but like, first time streaming, right? Like, I think that we did pretty good, and it was an interesting, unique take on opening packs. And I don't ever see 3 people opening packs at one time.
No, it was pretty ambitious. I mean, I'll tap myself on the back a little bit, but I mean, if we had 4 cameras going, I had three close-ups in the wide shot, and I was switching it live. So that's on our YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I know it's a little frantic. Norma was telling me it's like she doesn't know where to look because everyone has like different speeds at which they're opening cards, and like I'd be going kind of slow reading the couple cards, and Paul or Nick would be flying through them. But
that's where I think if we had done like basically like a war, like put a card down, like everybody puts the card down together, then you can kind of see everything at the same time.
I think if we weren't opening 2 boxes each, that's probably more doable. But we'll definitely adjust and try it again next pack, or maybe figure something out before then. So Nick, did you come up with your bounty?
Oh, I think it solidified my bounty in the pre-conversation here with Paul, talking about Trench, and just how much of a struggle it's been to A, build, and B, actually do something with. So I'm gonna say, hey, you gotta go positive in a Swiss round of some tournament.
Okay.
Whether that's a showdown or a PQ. Heck, if you want to take it to Denver or Richmond, by all means.
Maybe locals,
you, bro.
Yeah,
maybe locals, right?
We're counting locals. I think you gotta. It depends. I think if we're getting towards the end.
I think if someone wins a tournament with a Trench, they can get this one. So,
I'm not talking about wins. I'm just saying go positive.
Well, even that.
And like in the game's positive. So not like you're losing 0-2, 0-2, and then only winning 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, because then you're at 7 losses in games, but only 6 wins. So gotta have a positive Swiss game record.
Okay. If you maybe missed we did like a little bit like an 8.5 episode. We were teasing the stream. We talked very briefly about how Nick won the Jar Jar bounty. So I was supposed to chat, but he actually got it against me. It was very fun. You were playing Mando, and he had I think there's like 7 targets on the board. He had me exactly 28 health or whatever it was I have, and he had a roll of 4, and he rolled a 4. So he got the bounty.
I thought you were gonna make me re-roll it because it was kind of cocked, and I was like,
nah. I could. You never wanted. I wanted you to win.
You're gonna count that, right? We're gonna count that.
Yeah. And then we had Sean come very close. He got me also to 28 health, and he was playing Fennec with. He played it really like he got me exactly 28 health, and he gave Jar Jar ambush, and I think again he had rolled like a 4 or 5, and he rolled like 1 number off, and unfortunately didn't get it, but. He's going to be our Lieutenant Bombad, and we got Bombad General Nick over here. So, cool.
Well, basically, he needed that to even, like, have a chance at winning the game, right?
Yeah, it was really close.
But you had, like, some Sentinel or something, and you basically just took it after that. So, yeah, that's crazy. Mine, I was winning no matter what. Even if Jar Jar didn't hit it, because just the board presence, but that was fun.
Yeah, man. So that was like 2 weeks ago. We all decided the last weekly before the pre-release event, so we'd all bring a jank deck. So I brought Bo-Katan, Mando, just armory, like all the upgrades. Nick was running Mando, just trying to get that Jar Jar.
Lost mono.
Yeah, I
crazy.
think we had a person who was playing Inquisitor. I think was that Jeff?
Yeah,
Someone,
Jeff was Jeff
I think he
was
won
not
the
playing
feed.
some jank, man. That Jeff,
Ruthless.
He
Yeah.
It was like turn 4, and I'm like, all right, I guess this is over.
Yeah. But that was fun. Want to show off some of our pulls?
Yeah, definitely.
Start with Nyx. Does pretty good out of the Carbonite boxes. Did you pull one out of regular? You pulled the Thrawn out of a regular box, right?
Out of the regular. Yeah, I pulled Admiral Trench, Onreg, and Thrawn all on stream.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Old warm fingers, Nick.
Yep, hot fingers here.
That Vader, man. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Mine stayed consistent through all the Carbonite I opened. I got exactly 1 showcase, exactly 4 foils, exactly 8, non-foil prestige, and then the legendaries in the second 2 boxes significantly less than the first 2. But other than that, it's pretty consistent.
Nice.
Even the special rarities were pretty consistent.
Well, I'm just trying to see what I can do to get that Vader off you. He looks nice.
Fire spray.
Yeah. Well, so here's me. Pretty good. I didn't take a close picture, but those are all the foil prestiges I pulled. And you can see I got 5 showcases as well. Trench, Luke and Han, Phasma, Thrawn that I really wanted. And there's something in the corner there that I'm pretty excited about. Let's see. Oh, I did it. Full to serialized. Couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it. So,
crazy.
Yeah. The texture on it's real nice. I don't know if I'm gonna sell it or keep it, but it's awesome to see in person. Like,
you gotta sell it.
My thing is, like, if it wasn't Fed's fire spray, I'd probably sell it in a heartbeat.
Right. That's the thing. It's like
one I would maybe consider keeping. Like, I have 4 non-foil ones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I just keep a play set of these?
I got a few play sets of cards. Like I got a foil fireball play set, which I think I'll keep.
Nice.
But yeah, the Fed's fire spray, one of the most iconic ships. I think the Ghost I probably would have kept.
That art is so nice.
That's why I think you should sell it, because it is an iconic ship. Like, legit, like, if there's anything, you could almost make back your investment on this one card.
Possibly.
Right?
So I did look on eBay out of curiosity, and there's one listed for $475, I think.
Ooh.
It's like an 80.
That's pretty low.
Yeah, I felt like it's kind of low, but someone buys it. But there's only so many of these, so like you hold this, and then eventually there's going to be only so many for sale. But I do already have like a couple people interested, but we'll see. Like I just want to savor it for a little bit.
Yeah, I think 450 is way low. Like, I've seen TCG player looking at like 750 for a fire spray.
Yeah.
So
they're all over the place. So we'll see. Is that a pre-release weekend hype?
Right.
If anybody wants to buy my Trench, Vonreg, or Lando, hit me.
I told you maybe get that Vonreg on. I do like how it looks, and normal really like playing him at pre-release. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk.
So I think Paul got the most unique pull of the whole weekend. So 1 of 1.
I did. 1 of 1.
Yeah. We got here. Got a Ruben Thrawn leader holder.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, sad for our boy Paul.
I mean,
wasn't around this time.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. I think we've teased before that you got you got 10 showcases in a single box once.
Yeah.
It was like an error. Sparker Rebellion box, 10 showcases. I think I bought like 2 or 3 of them off you. So
I got your item.
Yeah. That was just a weird. I remember you like calling me like I just pulled a showcase, and then a pack later another showcase. I'm like, this isn't real, right? And you just kept going and kept pulling them.
They just kept on coming up, man.
Yeah. So very good. But anyways, this is Ruben. Shout out to Ruben. We went to Waterloo. So this is a great segue here. Went to Waterloo Friday night for their Chaos Sealed Twin Suns pre-release event. Mouthful. but it was pretty awesome. We had 12 people.
Yeah.
So we had 3 pods of 4 going. We had 3 pods of 4 going on the brand new
Twin Suns mat.
Twin Suns mat that looks awesome. It's amazing. They did a really good job on it. It's huge. I didn't buy one because both of these guys got one, so I figured I'll play on theirs. But it's awesome. It's like the ground arena's on the planet. And the space action space, like they actually thought it out pretty well. The art is really good.
Sick.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I had a good time. It was I was not sure what to expect because we don't play Twin Suns as much, and this is like a whole just new format that no one's really tried before, at least as far as we know. So it was 8 packs. You had to build a 50 card deck minimum, but you could mix.
Yeah, I think
60. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see, building over here, building a 50, and over here I'm like,
well, I lost anyways. Spoiler alert. So you could use both hero and villainy leaders, and I think everyone had to because your card pool is only so big.
Yeah, I think we should have used 10 cards or 10 packs.
Probably. Yeah. And then everything you still have to play. You can only still play one event in your deck of any type, but you could play multiples of any other unit or upgrade. But they have the unique rule, so you can't play them both in the field at the same time, except for the Viper Droids, which are unlimited. You can put as many out as those as you could.
I put all 4 of them in my deck.
Yeah, we pulled quite a few. So it was pretty awesome. I think my first pod I was put in with Paul, Rick, who we talked about episode 1, who won't be in the showdown, and Ruben himself. We were in the pod together, and that was really cool. I think Ruben closed it out by playing War Juggernaut, which it was nuts because there was like 10 units in the field between the other 3 players.
Yeah, I think I was poised to win, and they were like, "You're not winning."
Yeah,
they took it from me. I had
I was trying to give it to you at one point, so I wasn't gonna win. So, spoiler, alliances. But he played that guy, and I think he made him like a 14-7 or so, whatever, however much health he has. But it was huge, like 14 damage, like whatever the effect is. It was a big guy,
big boy out in space.
Yep, not much you could do about it. So that was cool. Well, he's ground. War Juggernaut's ground, but he like destroyed a bunch of units that were like weak on their last legs, and then just pinged everything and just made it huge. So that was really cool. Like very powerful in Twin Suns.
Yeah.
I did play. So I played Luke and Rio because I almost had no choice because I pulled 3 Lukes and 3 Rios and 2 other. I don't remember the other 2 leaders were, but they were not playable with my pool. So I was kind of forced into that. It was mostly okay. It was fun, but like I said, it was interesting.
What
did you guys play?
I played Rose and Rio because I pulled 3 Thrawns, and I think like Akbar or something on top of that. I just was like the only 2 playable there, and I had maybe 70 cards total I could put in my deck. Mm-hmm. So it was more of just a matter of what 10 do I want to cut.
Yep.
I don't think this iteration really sold me on the game. Or on the format, I should say. I didn't like feeling like I had to wait to where I couldn't do anything, and like, 3 people just gang up on you before you can get to your like. Cool. Guess I'll take the last token and move on to the next turn where just get ganged up on again.
There's some nuance to it. You gotta try to keep the damage going evenly, or else put some people in position. Like at the end, they were not attacking me because they knew if they attacked me, they couldn't kill me, but they would put Paul in a position to kill me. So they, instead of attacking me, they spread the damage out elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
So that happened in my first game where we basically some dude got real big and then ramped, and it was like, you need to chill. And then everybody just pounded him. But then I realized, I guess I could have held back a little bit, just enough to now it's only my actions.
Yeah, it's definitely a different strategy going to that. We did play that fun game right before, and
Yeah.
Paul
Same thing.
experienced that when he put a dark saber on one of his leaders, and
It was Boba Fett one leader,
yeah,
the dark saber, so they weren't
Yeah.
Bond.
he was not sticking around.
No, they took me
that
out
one
pretty
I
quickly.
definitely could have held back and would have ended up winning if I had.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some nuances. I think we needed more time for deck building. That like they initially were like 35 minutes. I was like, dude, I can't even get my cards sorted out and figure out what I have here. Especially when you're looking at 3 different colors, trying to figure, and then all the neutrals for both sides, trying to figure out, all right, what do I even have? What do I need to cut?
Yeah, and part of that is the store hours. The store hours, unfortunately, they close at 9, so we were trying to like fit this whole event in 2 hours. They were very gracious enough to push it back to 7 for us to get there, and we actually had gotten there earlier, but still, it's just they only have so much time. But still great.
I get that, and
maybe a weekend event next time. We have more time.
Yeah, next time, I would say 10 packs. That'll actually give you options, and then more time to deck build. So I think people, like everybody in my pod, was just kind of like, I don't know, just throw this in here, and I don't think anybody had a deck that was really worth it. Because I sat in they put me in the pod with all the winners at the end, and I don't think that both me and our winner really had anything that competed with Adam or Rick.
Yeah, Rick's deck was that. I think after our first pod game, he had like 3 ties down the field, all with some sort of pilot in them. They're just huge units, and he won. So he won. I hear Rick is a kingmaker though.
Yeah, so funny. Our second game in the final pod, a lot of the damage was a lot more equal. We were all at like 20 plus. I think Adam was at 21, I was at 22, and Rick was at like 28. So he couldn't win himself at the end of the day. And then the other dude had already went out, so somebody had healed 5. I think it was Adam. And so Rick basically, it got around back to Adam, and Adam's like, "Oh, I won," because he had Akbar tapped down Vader, who was in the ground arena, and not realizing that Poe being tapped hadn't used his epic action. And so he's like, "Yeah, I won. It's game over." Rick's like, "No." Flips Poe. Adam had no more actions or anything to do, no resources, no actions on the field. So it's like, all right, because you tried to do this to me, I'm just going to go into you. And so you either got a choice of hitting me or hitting Adam, who won. I think it was just like, I knew I didn't win at the time, but I was like, there's nothing I can do to actually win it, but I could put I could put Rick out of heal range, that if he killed me or Adam, it had to be me or Adam that would win, even if he healed. So I guess I made the right decision at that point.
Right. It's that Carbonite pack you slipped him, right? In between rounds?
Yeah, right. Well,
Awesome.
So yeah, Rick decided to hit Adam pack, and I had 22, and he had 23. So everybody at that table at least got a pack headed out.
Nice.
So
that's good.
Yeah,
awesome. So I ended up also going to another pre-release after our stream at your hobby place, Fredericksburg. I did okay. I got 2 and 1, and I actually played Darth Vader because I also pulled Darth Vader pilot unit. And I pulled eject, so it was just like, well, I know what I'm doing here. So I think I did get the combo off twice, but Honestly, I used eject against my enemy a couple times. They would jump their their leader into their ship, and I'm like, okay, put them on the ground.
Yep.
So that saved. I think that saved me a couple times. So the versatility of that card is pretty good. But getting Vader out like turn play a ship turn 1, put him on turn 2, turn 4, attack with him, eject him. Then you have a 7/7 unit ready to swing next turn.
Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, I went 2-1. It was good. I can't remember who beat me. I think it was whatever they were playing. It was like the perfect combo against me.
I think Luke does really well against Vader.
He does.
Just getting ping that 1 like every freaking turn, and so you're looking all your little tokens that you're creating, or even your ships, still have the 1 health. So you're like, oh, great.
Yeah, I did. I think my record for ties in the field was 7. In game 3, I was able to get 7 on the board. It's pretty good.
Nice.
So awesome. All right, let's talk a little bit about the decks we've been playing. So I'll lead it off. Let's switch here to our deck tech setup. A little sneak preview is next, but I've been playing a lot of Thrawn, Oscillator, Red Thrawn. Tested pretty good. I think I 60-40 split maybe on at least a couple of games I played maybe 20-30 games with them. This is probably like the 3rd iteration. I've been enjoying it. It's kind of unpredictable because you a lot of really cool play patterns and can be brutal to face against. One of my favorite combos is the droid missile platform. It's basically a mini Ruthless Raider because you put that out, and they're definitely gonna take 3 damage if you kill it. Ideally, you swing with it a few times, so 4, 8 damage, and then when it dies, you tap that Thrawn and you're doing 6 indirect damage. So, at least swing once and do that. That's just 10 damage from that 1 card alone.
It is brutal.
Yeah. So same with the little droid. You put him down, you hopefully swing with him once or twice, but when he dies, he's doing 4 damage to base. So even if you have to use him to trade something small on their side, you're still doing 4 damage to their base. So that's pretty awesome. Karnak, if you can get him down turn 1, you're just set up pretty well for the next couple turns. Keep him on the board. You're playing cards early. You're playing Chimera on turn 5. My ideal awesome play is I have Thrawn on the field or Krennic on the field. I have the droid platform on the field. I play Chimera. I hit you with the 3 damage. I tap Thrawn, hit you again for 3 damage. And then if he dies that turn, that's another 3 damage, indirect damage. It just keeps piling it on. What else we got here? The Onyx, the heel tie. He's great. Again, if you're need to catch up a little bit, you use him to heal 2 to 4 damage. Mahdi, is that Mahdi? The little guy who kills. He's a closer.
What work does he do?
He is a closer.
What work he does.
I'll drop him later in the game, and I'll again tap Thrawn, and ready the capital ship I just played and swing with it. Then I have another unit like Thrawn himself. I ready capital ship and Thrawn that turn, and that's another 10 damage, 9 damage, depending on which one. Earlier iterations of this didn't have the power of the dark side or Fellow Dragon, but I feel I needed those. Especially with all the huge ships coming out. Fellow Dragon's been very, very good in testing. Hold those so they drop that upgraded pilot ship. And plan Terror Bombardment is fun to get off, even for 6 damage. I've won games just with that by itself because that's 6 damage. They have no targets in their field to give it to. It just kills them off. And then I chose the Oscillator base because the consistency. You really want to be getting those defeated abilities as much as possible. So the only unit in this deck that doesn't have an undefeated ability is the Space Sentinel. And that 3-cost Space Sentinel has also helped me a lot. Like, it's just a cheap unit to put out there. They have to deal with it one way or the other. That gives you time to catch up or protect your other ships. You don't want them to kill your droid platform yet. Put that down and protect it. That way you can swing with it. You can see the sideboard over there. If I see they're doing a lot of big ships, I'll put in the extra Fellow Dragon. And if I need to bring the upgrade hate, I got the Disabling Fang Fighter and Confiscate. So pretty good so far. probably every game felt really close. The ones I've lost, I've played against a variety of decks. I think the one I have the most issue with is against Paul's deck here. We're going to talk about it in a minute. But you guys have any thoughts on this?
I like the Thrawn a lot. It's very active and like it's strong in ways that you don't expect. It's like you want to take out that unit. It's like, but can I? Can I really afford to take out that unit?
Yeah.
So it's got a different control mechanism of like attack me if you want to, double dog dare you.
Yeah. So like it's some things are deceptive. It's like I think Desperate Commando, the 2-drop unit that when he dies he does -1 to unit. Well, that really means that he can take out a 4 unit with 4 health with Thrawn, or like kill something small and like ping another damage on something else that finish it off, put it in range of another attacker. So that's it's not damage, it's -1. You got to deal with that turn, but it's stuff like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it. I've realized building decks today, I want to play with everything, and so every time I look at decks now, I'm just like, oh, but like, what if you just put this in? What if you put this in? Like,
so the way I started building this deck, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not very good at building decks. I don't think, like, from scratch. Like I'm good at modifying them after I play them a few times, but I literally just took every when defeated red and blue card and put it in there. There's about 100 of them, and whittled it down to these 45. So that was fun. There's a couple that didn't make the cut. Like I had the Annihilator in here before, but I found I was never getting it off. It was way too slow. At that point, I'm either dead or the game's already over. So I need that, like the Interdictor is probably like is the highest cost unit here, and that's that and the Ruthless Raider, but they're both like very vital to win the game. Like Ruthless Raider again, drop him, hopefully swing once, and if you pop him, you can do 4 more damage to the base or kill units off. It's just
nice.
And then the 2 shuttles that help you draw cards. There is some times where you're playing so many cards so fast because of Krennic, sometimes you run out of hand. So it's good to have those in there to draw back up, especially if you can get that great combo of you draw 4 cards off the shuttle there, the red one.
Right.
I've done that a few times. That just gives you all the options. Yeah. So it's been fun. I'm gonna keep working on it. I don't know if I'm taking this to a major tournament yet, but I'm definitely, I pulled the showcase. I love the character. I didn't vibe with the first version of him. This one I do. Obviously he's blue, and that's where I live. Blue decks.
I was thinking about using yellow with him. So blue, yellow. I think there's some win defeat. I have to go back and look. The first time I built it with red, I didn't feel like there was enough just yet. But then again, a couple of things haven't been revealed. If you went down to 45, maybe that's where you get that kind of critical mass of this is just enough where I'm not adding stuff I don't want in here. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the deck that Paul has been working on here. We got Luke Green. Tell us about this deck, Paul.
Luke Green is Space Sabine, sort of, right? Like it's very like Luke gets the ping, so it's running the Rebel package with the A-Wings, cheap quick pilots with R2, 9-nub, Luke, Biggs, Leia, to synergize with that Rebel package, let you restore, let you attack in, so it kind of gives you a little bit more to go with. One of my favorite cards I'm still playing with out of this set, and other people will make it, different noise about it, but they hate that ship. That's probably my favorite card from this set.
Yeah.
I am still I don't know if you see my deck graphic here. You might see my sideboard is gigantic, right? Like that's not 15 cards, right? And that's because like I'm still playing with stuff, and even right now as we talk about it, like I'm mentally playing with Luke all through our podcast every day. And
stay on the mind.
You might have noticed like I grabbed my phone, right? And I'm thinking, I'm looking at They Hate That Ship, and I'm like, you know what? Like, why shouldn't I at turn 4 play War Juggernaut.
Why not?
Because you drop them the 2 ties, you're killing them worst case scenario, right? Like,
Right.
go ahead and give them the damage. And it's like, all right, turn 4 War Juggernaut, like, we're dealing damage everywhere. We can put it on our ships, I believe. We can,
Yep.
any number of units. We can put it on our ship, their ship, and it's gonna go, right?
That'd be the one thing I would say. Maybe dropping the bravados down to 2, maybe even Chewie down to 2, and then just put 2 war
Chewie's
juggernauts.
staying at
Chewie is critical.
That Chewie just is so strong with it. He synergizes so well with Luke. Like, you throw the Luke out there on the Millennium Falcon with Chewie, and it's sort of just like, okay, well, you got this one. That's been my experience with it.
Pretty much.
The bravado has won me a bunch of games. It's the only reason why it's still in the main deck.
Sure, I mean, but I think you could go down to 2 and be fun.
That would maybe.
I don't disagree with you. Yeah. There is some push and pull room here for sure. Like, I lowered Trench Run down to 2, right? Bravado down to 2. There's room for play here. Maybe even Rebel Assault might drop down to 2, right? Like, pull a Rebel Assault, pull a Bravado out, and throw in 2 of the War Juggernauts. You know what I mean? And just it's there. It's fun. And maybe it's just like the thing that's missing. There's other cards that I'm playing with. You'll see like a dorsal turret in the sideboard. And that actually synergizes really well with Red 5, because then again, you're just like, okay, boom, that one's dead. It synergizes with Luke when he's attached to a ship and he's doing his 3 damage, right? So it's like, boom, he's dead. It could be anything. You know what I mean? Like, you could be targeting any unit on the board, and you're taking them out.
Yeah. So, I played against you playing this deck, and also spent a good time playing with it too, because I thought it was really fun. One of the things you pulled yesterday was you got 3 pilots on the Millennium Falcon. That was nuts. R2D2, R2D2, Chewie, and Luke. And it was just, like you said, game over. I saw that. I was like, okay, yeah, this is reset. This is what, turn 4, 5? I'm already lost. So not much I could do there. So that was nasty. A cool combo that I don't know, I'm sure you found it, but like when I was playtesting at your deck was the blue squadron leader? Blue leader. So they hate that ship. Fun card. Play that. Give him the 2 ties, whatever. But because your Gold Leader only costs, Gold Leader costs 1 basic to play. Now you're able to pay that extra 2 to bring him to the ground. So on turn 2, you have a 5/5 on the ground.
5/5
on the ground, and you can ambush if you need to. You could put that ambush trigger after you move into the ground arena. So that's as gross. So you can kind of decide where you want it to go. That was a lot of fun. What else was kind of funky was recycling Luke has been actually pretty helpful. Being able to like put him on a pilot, tackle him, that chip dies, still got a unit on the ground there to swing a little bit more.
Yep.
I did kill my own. I had a A-Wing, Green Squadron A-Wing with Chewie on turn 2, and then I decided to play Trench Run and killed my own ship. That was sad times. Probably should save that till the end.
It's always difficult.
Took like 12 damage. Like just obliterated it.
Oh,
I mean, sometimes the Trench Run comes up and you do no damage too, right?
Yeah.
It's like they drew a 3 and a 3. The most common, generally used card in a deck. You're going to see the 3s, right? So early on, Trench Runs could be successful, people.
Yeah. One thing that I was playing against our friend Rick from We're Hobby Place, and I think he was playing Dooku, an exploit deck, and I played that card. And I don't know, I put a ship down, didn't matter. Like I put it in space, but I gave him the 2 TIE fighters. This dude plays invincible hand, right? Turn 3 or 4, so it's research turn 4. So he exploited the 2 TIE fighters. They just gave him invisible hand. The invisible hand.
Okay.
I think it's the 8 cost.
Neither of them are
pretty
8
sure.
cost.
Well, whichever one was it, it's a Q ship. 7-7.
You're talking about the old 8 cost? Oh, the
Yeah.
7-7 Malevolence. The
Maybe. Oh,
blue,
yeah. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
It was a big
blue
ship. So he exploited it. He got it down on turn 4. I had no answer. Huge ship on turn 4.
Yeah.
So be careful with giving your opponents if you're playing, exploit
And
decks. Don't give them free stuff.
You can also give some a unit -4 and they can't attack that turn. So it's like, oh, thanks.
So, but yeah. Anything else you want to say about the deck, Paul?
I mean, I'm still experimenting with it, man. I have a lot of fun with this. I'm trying to get it to enough reps that I can lock this in and say I'm taking Luke to Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet. I have a lot of cards to still play with. I'm really looking to play with Prepare for Takeoff, Air Superiority, um, a couple of more green cards. Just there are times where you can stall out really easily with this.
Yeah.
Right. It's just you can run out of cards. I experienced it playing against Quinlan Tarkentown, and you stall out and that's the game. Yeah, it's like you're either going full swing ahead or you lost your hand. And
so one thing I felt while I was playing it is that I don't know if you have enough turn 1 ship plays. If I didn't get that A-wing, I was toast because I'm putting Luke on the ground. That's not great.
Right.
So I'd maybe consider looking at another 2-cost ship that you could throw in there.
I've been experimenting with a couple different ships. One of them I want to say is it the Eager? I don't want to say it wrong. It's a 4/1 ambusher.
Oh yeah, it's Eager something. Because I was looking at putting that in the deck too.
Eager Escort, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The one help.
Yeah, Eager Escort better. I mean, that's a 3 cost, but I always think about they hate that ship as a first turn play as well.
True. Okay.
But there is the Phoenix Squadron A-wing. There's a couple of other 2-drops that would probably work really well, and it's going to take some time to kind of flesh out what needs to come in, come out, move down to 2, move up to 3, that kind of thing.
For sure. Well, got a little bit over a month till the first sector that we're going to, that Richmond one. So we're talking about that before. We're talking about locking in, but everything's just in a flux right now.
Oh wow!
I need the muscle memory to play that. I mean, I need the muscle memory to play the game like that long. So.
Oh, for sure.
Dude,
I think we're talking 9 rounds of Swiss.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You'll be lucky if what I take on the 19th, same that I take on the 6th.
Yeah. Nice.
Whoa.
Cool. So I know we didn't really get a chance to really talk too much about it because he hasn't really played it a ton, but Nick was working on a trench deck. Don't have the graphic here, but
this was on my way driving into work this morning, stuck in traffic. 15 Vulture Swarm droids. I don't know if there's. I mean, it seems to go really well with trench. If you're going to deploy them and you're only going to have 3 resources left, why not play another Vulture droid?
Right.
I basically, since you don't have the graphic, I've got 3 Salacious Crowns, 3 Bounty Hunters, Quarries, 3 Snapshot Reflexes. Right now, 3 Pantorian Ship Thieves. But given what Paul and I were talking about earlier, that'd be the best. 15 Vulture Droids, 3 Comp Vamps, 3 Super Lasers, 3 Cat and Mouse. I think that's going to be like an interesting flip turn. Oh, sorry. Your whole leader that you just put on that ship and made giant? Yeah, exhaust that. And by the way, I'm going to ready one of my units. So that's I think a sleeper card that people are not pointing out yet.
We'll show the deck. We can show the deck in the Discord. Everyone wants to take a swing at it and check out, try to make trench work. Now that he has that bounty,
trying to get the invisible hand, 6 cost one out, and just trying to put as many Vulture droids on the field as possible. And then I got 2 Vaders in there just to like close it out.
Definitely.
Well, it gives you more. Well, I guess
Awesome.
it doesn't give me Invisible Hand, or it doesn't give me Vulture Droids, so I might have to think about that. Maybe it's small, so I put it there. Anyway.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So we talked about the Richmond sector's coming up. I also wanted to talk about it's coming up on May the 4th, the Richmond Open. There's a couple events going on. I'm going to be judging the Legion Grand Tournament, but there's going to be a premier 32-person premier unlimited tournament on Sunday, May the 4th. So that's kind of hosted in partnership with Waterloo Games. And a couple other stores in the area are helping out with prize support. So it's the Richmond Open. It's actually not in Richmond. It's a little bit north. If you know the area, it's near King's Dominion. So you don't have to pay for parking or fight for crazy parking. So great time. Come on down. What's that? Plenty of parking. Yeah. And the food is reasonably priced, I would say. But it's a good time. People playing all day. A couple of vendors, events of all types. Like it's miniature focused, but like I said, there's a couple of card games that'll be going on, including limited. I think there was talk of maybe having some like on-demand pods if enough people get together and they'll maybe run something. But
well, I know having done Richmond Open and worked it last year, they really tried to push for more like RPGs, more card games. So the original focus, miniatures, but they've expanded that. I told Ruben I would help him out on this, so looking forward to that.
It'll be a good time. Also, what else? Any other events coming up? We're doing I'm doing another pre-release tomorrow night. Nick, are you joining us?
Yeah.
Your hobby place. They're having another pre-release for their weekly.
Must be nice.
I know, Paul. I'm sorry, buddy. I hadn't really gotten to go to one of them, that one.
Wow.
Maybe we can get one going at Crimson Kings if we can get them to do it Saturday.
I'm hoping so.
I'd do it.
Yeah. Well, let's go to their Discord and say we're available Saturday. We'll see.
I mean, that's 3. What do we need? 8?
I think they need just 6. So the 3 of us, Adam, his son, and Rick, I think we got it. We just got to get it all together. Hopefully have more. It'd be better to have, it'd be cool to do a bigger event, but we'll see.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Ryan and Cece out.
Ryan, Cece, I miss you all. All right.
Yeah. Where are they?
I think, work probably hasn't busy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that's it for us. Any other closing thoughts, guys?
Good morning.
Well, it's been a week. That's for sure.
It's been a week.
Know what? Where are the General Dravens at? Okay. Like, I opened so many boxes.
Yeah.
So many boxes. I didn't get a single General Draven.
I got you. I didn't get, like I said, I have one name, so.
Yeah. I haven't really gone through all my cards. Out of my legendaries, I only pulled a single Invincible between all my Carbonite packs and my regular box. So I'm gonna need some of those. But otherwise, I'm pretty good. I think I'm pretty in good shape. I got all the important legendaries that I want. So
no Invincibles here either. 0 Invincibles, 0 Dravens, and surprise, out of what 100 and something packs, 100 and something packs. All right. Not a single Admiral Trench pull. What? Not a regular one, not a hyperspace one, not a showcase one.
I only pulled one other one other than my showcase.
Oh. I think I have a few I can spread out.
So just
they all landed in Raul's lap.
Yeah. I can't complain about my boxes, so cool. All right, guys, let's close it out there. Thanks everyone for listening, hanging out with us. Our Discord's starting to grow. We got a lot of new people. I will be posting up the link here. Actually, I'm just gonna throw it up now. The end of episode. There we go. There's our Discord. So scan that QR code and join us. It shouldn't expire, so it should be good. Join us. We have a lot of deck discussions. Just like we had today, like on the specific leaders. So you can go in and if you need us to make you a channel, let me know. We can do that real easy. But yeah, thanks again for listening. What's up, Nick?
I made a video on opening my last 2 Carbonite boxes, so hopefully that comes out soon. If you're interested, check it out.
Yeah, I need to teach you how to edit because I only have so much editing bandwidth.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too hard. I could probably knock this one out, but yeah. Cool.
It'll get better. I promise. I promise all these videos will be a lot of me testing out new equipment, a lot of me testing out things I've never done before. So
sure. Awesome. All right. Well, for Epic Action, I'm Raul.
I'm Nick.
I'm Paul.
All right. Catch you next time, guys.